Morning, on to Egyptian mythology. Yet again, as always, like I complete a mythology and then I have a look at the deck and I just sort of question, like, is there things that aren't quite working as well or we're just not getting enough value out of? There are two things really that I immediately want to change. There are a couple of considerations, but the big issue is one, Everflowing Chalice is just a win more card. Like, it seems like super useful or, like it has great synergy with Amaterasu, but the issue is that draw one card for each Japanese permanent you control. Well, if you have enough permanents on the board, in order for this to be good, you're already winning. Like you already have a good board state. You're already generating a lot of devotion each turn, and if you're generating a lot of devotion each turn, but you're not winning, well then you've got enough devotion to use Seaquake or Armageddon, right? So even if you're not winning, you're not losing to the degree that you aren't able to generate the devotion per turn. Just by definition, like if you work out the maths for Everflowing Chalice, it's a good card, but it's just a win more card. Like even for Amaterasu, I'm not a fan of this card. So let's just get these out. Yeah, okay. So Everflowing Chalice, I want to take this out. What actually would like be a card that isn't just win more, but could actually be a major difference maker? Um, there are a couple of considerations, but I ended up dropping it on Heimdall's Warning because this is genuinely like it's cheaper and it really like this actually. Wait. No, that's not it. It's not Heimdall's Warning. I only just realised it's only Norse units that Heimdall's Warning benefits. Well, Call to Arms then. It's not a massive difference. Heimdall's Warning was more attractive because of course it would just buff everything, but Call to Arms accomplishes the same thing. It gives us sort of like an alternate win condition, but it's also like a massive difference maker. The reason it's an alternate win condition is Ningyo only costs 4 to attack, which is already super cheap. We've already seen this card do so much for us. Like, if it's on the board, it can go through anything. It's absolutely incredible. Because its attack cost is so cheap, Call to Arms is actually amazing for this card. Because normally you kind of like look at your cards in terms of like how much devotion per 10 points of damage. Like 10 points of damage is the standard. And then it's just in multiples of 10. So of course Ningyo is 4 for 10, which is already great value. But with a Call to Arms, that turns into 2 devotion per 10 points of damage, which is insane. Like that is incredible. Like that is unbelievable value. Just to put that in context, Athena is considered an amazing beat stick, and she is only 2.5 devotion per 10 points of damage. So a Ningyo with Call to Arms, I mean, for one thing, it only costs 17. Purely, this is like I'm sure, this makes so much sense. It's so brilliant. Not just Ningyo, like of course Fujin as well is only 5 for 10. It's not as great on Susanoo because she's already 4 for 10. And then if you give her like 30 attack, that's not really, difference maker. It just goes down to like 3.3. I didn't even bother doing the maths. I just know it's not very good on Susanoo. Like her attack cost is too high to make that really effective. But it just, in a lot of ways, like it's going to help us with a lot of issues that we may have. Like if we run into a Kraken, this is nothing. Like if you've got a Ningyo on board, they could put down 3 Krakens, and it would still only cost you 24 devotion. Like, well, no, it'd cost 27 because of course the Call to Arms. But 27 to remove 3 Krakens from the board is a bit stupid. It also means that you can kill gods with like say that a god has like 80, right? 80 health. Ningyo only needs to attack 4 times at 20 attack. So that is 16 devotion to kill something. Again, it's not 16, it's 21 because you add the cost of the Call to Arms on that. But 21 devotion to take a god from full health to 0. I'm actually wild. Like I'm actually really like I saw this, I put it together, I just thought, wow. Like I've never used the Japanese cards before. Like Ningyo puts me off because it's 14 for 5, which I was intimidated for. But I feel like that this must be like this isn't a win more card. This can put on so much work for us. Just any time that there's something like with inconvenient like life total, it will allow us to remove it for a very cheap cost. Like 3 is nothing. So useful, and you know our deck overall is filled with like these cheap doer like utility cards. It makes a lot of sense. The second change that I want to make like right now is Yuki Honor. The whole point of this card in the first place is we're in that match with Hades, and you know he had the Aphrodites down, and we realised that because we literally cannot attack through them, the only way we could actually get to him was to Armageddon, destroy the whole board, and then because we had like a slight advantage, then just rebuild everything. That is obviously not like the most efficient possible way you could ever deal with, you know, an Aphrodite on the board. You just need to get an Aphrodite out. So I took the I'm taking the Yuki owner out. Again, there are a number of considerations. The obvious one though is just Chimera. It's 2 devotion more expensive to put on the board, but its activation cost is only 9. It's actually like the cheapest activation cost at base to deal damage, with the exception of Artemis, who does 50 damage for 20. But in terms of removing stuff like boulders, you know, like increased attack cost, or nymphs, you know, like nymphs, just cards like this, right, where if the attack cost gets way too high, that you just cannot attack efficiently. You know, like nymph has 10 health, boulder has 20 health. You like Artemis isn't actually accomplishing anything. I don't need 50 damage. That's a bit silly, and the activation cost is still really high. Chimera though does exactly the job, right? There's an Aphrodite, no problem. Chimera, use its ability. That's 21. Yeah, that's 21 devotion to get rid of the Aphrodite. But it's a heck of a lot cheaper than Armageddon. It means we don't have to blow up our board. I mean, Chimera itself is also super useful because it's got that similar stat line to Yuki of that like 10-40. That 40 health, like I've always, you know, I've been saying all along that like 40 health is kind of this point. Like is very difficult to take something down from 40 health. You need to remove it directly. It's hard to like destroy something with 40 health, like devotion efficiently. You make a loss on the trade. Um, so yeah, the consideration is Chimera, and it's probably, I mean, like, I'll put Chimera in just for now, so I don't forget to do that later. But there are other things, like something as simple as like a single copy of Artemis Arrow. 9 cost, 20 damage. If there's a boulder in the way, just get rid of it. If there's, you know, like a nymph in the way, like this is just like a little bit of cheap removal. We have actually like no removal in this deck. You know, it's all about just the ability that we can generate devotion faster, and we can put things out, you know, just quicker than our opponent is. So we're expecting to win through the board. We're expecting to win through actually hitting people in the face. It's not like our Hades deck, or you know, like our Zeus deck, where we're just like using Hades statues to use activated abilities, or using Hades and we're just putting everything in the graveyard, and suddenly we just like economically beat them. You know, like in the end, like it gets to the end game eventually, and we've just made so many value trades. We've traded up so much that they can't beat us. Yeah, just some damage, you know, just the ability to deal 20 damage. For a similar reason, like kind of, I was also considering the Plague, but Balder has 20 health, so, and that's also a card that you kind of want to target. So it was going to be Chimera, or it was going to be Artemis Arrow. I suppose Eclipse as well, like an Eclipse maybe could make a difference, and of course, if they put down something horrible like a Freya or a Nidhogg, it could also deal with that, so maybe Eclipse is the answer. But I mean, I don't know, like it feels like more than any other deck that we've ever played, this should be the one most equipped to handle a Nidhogg, like just in terms of the board. Like these units should be able to handle a Nidhogg. Maybe not Susanoo. Um, yeah, so just this or an arrow basically. There are a couple of other like potential options, but I wasn't like crazy for them. You know, it was kind of Eclipse, which maybe is a bit too expensive. I wasn't too sure. You just want something cheap or a unit on the board that's going to generate devotion for you, while also having an ability that you can just use to just ping something off. Right, I've spoken for 10 minutes. We've made like some changes. Yeah. I would have picked it, like, again, like, just because Yuki Onna is a unit, I've replaced it with another unit because it's the simplest switch. I'm not sure if it's the best. I actually think like Artemis Arrow is better, but I don't want to like make too many changes when I'm comfortable with the number of units we've been seeing, as opposed to the number of spells. Let's keep rolling then. There are a couple of other things, but I think those are like the big ones. The more we play Everflowing Chalice, the less impressed I was getting. 10 cost isn't cheap. It, it can benefit, but just not enough. Whereas, its counterpart, sure. Do I really have to answer that again? Didn't I answer that last time? Maybe she just really needed me to believe in her, so she asked me twice. Oh, just a sec. Yeah, back to talking about Chalice. Like, I've already explained it, but oh crap, this is a terrible start for us. Oh, that's a good one. That's a mistake though. Yeah, you can kind of see that's going to happen. Yeah, its counterpart, Everflowing Sun, isn't like isn't quite the same level of issue, where it's a win more card. Because it has no strings attached. Fujin, actually. This might, no, doesn't make sense. Ninkyo, I can't even afford it. We need to put down Fujin, but we don't have to like it. Well, this is an awkward one. We're definitely looking for that Seaquake, aren't we, really? Let's be honest here. Oh, what am I talking about? We've already got one. Like, we don't need another one. They're going to turn into a Phoenix next turn. That's really going to suck. I think we just go Mummy and hope for a value trade here. I would have liked to like empty their hand a little bit, but I just don't think it's going to happen. What is this? 2, so it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 over 6, 15. That's not enough. Can they remove everything on the board? That's the question. Because if they can't, Everflowing Sun is correct. Beset 3, 3, 3. Okay, so maybe this is greedy, or maybe I'm just not, So the Phoenix has come back, right? Yeah, that's not enough though, is it? Yeah, that's correct. Okay. It is nice to be correct sometimes. No extraction either. But we've got that mummy in the graveyard, so hopefully we don't even have to do anything. This Ra isn't playing very well anyway, so not a problem. Yeah, the fact it survived Seaquake is a big deal, isn't it? Itsu Mummy. The answer probably is double Itsukushima, but you want to get the mummies out just so they can go in your grave and then you can get them, you know. Such a strange thing. Yeah, just so they can go in your grave and then you can play them properly, I suppose. Circuit itself is a problem though, Sekhmet even. If I put Ningyo behind, yeah, Ra can't get to it. We could have probably put down a mummy as well. Can I not put down Ninkyo? And then we've got 14 on the field. We're just slightly off, so we'd have to do this instead. But Amaterasu, unlike almost every other, you know, goddess, actually likes not using her hand. So, yeah, I really want to put these down. We'll do this to protect Amaterasu from like some sort of shenanigans where Ra throws down, you know, something like right next to us and then somehow gets a kill out of nowhere. See, Call to Arms would have made a difference here, right? Like, imagine how much damage Ninkyo would have done there with a Call to Arms. It still gets the job done. I still really like the card. I'm just saying that, like, relatively speaking, if you consider kind of the ability of Ninkyo to do things, Call to Arms, I mean, it's unbelievable. In terms of the value for Ninkyo, it's unbelievable. This is crazy, but I actually think we want a Soul Extraction here. Yeah. Let's just check. We don't have any mummies in the... So the answer is Ninkyo then. It might be two Ninkyos. Like, why let Ra have any cards in hand? I actually think this is correct. I'm trying to play around... there's no real great way of playing around Rock Throw. We put it here anyway, yeah. Just throw everything. Easy. Okay. Maybe we should have more copies of Call to Arms, Chimera. Those are considerations. Not Chimera. I don't... This isn't the match that Chimera's for. You know, Chimera's just a deck tech. It's not... I don't know. It's hard to really complain about anything when we're winning so hard, isn't it? Ten. Okay, yeah, it's all about devotion denial now. Even that mummy we want to take off, so she just cannot do anything. Smashed it. Our hand was really nothing to write home about, and we still smashed it. But then again, it wasn't like the most amazing deck we were against, was it? So. Oh, tired. I was up at 3 a.m. this morning. I was trying to get like a morning run in before work. Just not enough hours in the day. I play first, and this is the hand you give me. So we've got 5 cards in hand. I've never noticed before that the person that goes second, do they draw? We're gonna have to pay attention to this for sure. Does Ever-Flowing Sun actually produce? It produces 1 devotion. Mummy also produces 1 devotion. I guess just because it's cheaper. We put the mummy down. Yeah, that's crazy, right? But just the way Amaterasu works, mummy actually only produces 1 devotion. Ooh. Okay. So we are behind on value here. Devotion generation for sure. Yeah. Okay, we're in big trouble. I think Fujin is okay. I don't think it's great. But I just think it's the only thing we can do here. That 30 health on the beset is really irritating for sure. Okay, that can't be allowed to live. Is there no way of... I mean, Fujin double attack works, doesn't it? Means we can't soul extract. Yeah. So we're losing devotion generation, but our board overall is just stronger. And we've got good opportunities to dig for a Seaquake, at which point we are a massive favourite. That hasn't really changed. But we do need to start digging for a Seaquake if we're going to do this. Okay, that wasn't the Seaquake, was it? Call to arms, perhaps. I want to do this. We could call to arms and destroy the Horus. But it's an 8-4 to attack. It's actually really expensive to use Horus. What would it cost? It would cost them 16. If we use call to arms, we can just... No, I don't think that's good enough. Chimera for the generation could also work. Crap. We've fallen way behind here and we haven't found the things we need. We have found some of the things we need. That'll keep us going. This is definitely irritating. The answer is so clearly like Seaquake, but I can't find it. And as the turn goes on, we're falling behind because of it. Oh, this is irritating. Dude, what is going on here? Ninkyo will just die, won't it? Yeah, unfortunately, this isn't like... This just isn't a good situation for us. We can put the mummies down just as value trades and try and hold on. But no matter what we do here, it's not good. I was tempted about the Ninkyo just so we can get rid of Isis's cards. At least then we only have to deal with the board. But honestly, what we need is Seaquake. Okay, we've made one devotion generation progress here by not actually using our hand. Oh crap. Is there seriously something I'm missing? Can we just not find what we need? It's not enough though, is it? I'm playing to Susanoo for a Everflowing Sun. But things are definitely like just not going well for us here. This is ridiculous, isn't it? There must be a way of breaking this stalemate, I just don't know what it is. Time reflow, I think. Yeah. If we time reflow soul extraction and then try and hold on as best as we can, then we could win that way. Oh, this is just getting crazy, isn't it? This is literally the silliest match. We're just trying to buy time until we get to Seaquake. Oh, it's so stupid. It's very frustrating too. Okay. Horus cannot kill us in this turn. Right. Oh, it doesn't matter. Because of the desert, like, we might as well use it anyway. So we might as well put this here. Yeah, and they both cost the same, so... This is so slow. Like, this is taking forever. Okay. We're going to take a risk here and Everflowing Sun into Loki's trick because I must generate 16 by next turn. If Isis summons something, then possibly we die. But I just don't... Like, we have to do this, I think. It's the only way of like efficiently using our devotion before the desert takes it. Nope. The desert is literally killing us. We cannot do anything about this. We are so close, but we just cannot do it, can we? Maybe Loki's trick was a mistake. Yeah, stupid, man. Stupid way to lose. I don't even think it's definitive. We'll definitely jump in, do a rematch there. I don't feel like the deck lost, but maybe that's arrogance. I don't know. It's kind of difficult doing this kind of like segmented instead of just like in one go, because it's very easy to kind of like forget what my mindset was last time I was here, kind of. You know, I'm like doing Greek mythology and then I'm going to bed and then I'm waking up in the morning going to work and now I've just gotten back from work. That's good news for us, isn't it? Yeah, now I'm back from work, but I can't remember like exactly what, you know, like mindset I was in last time I was here. There's got to be a Ningyo. Beset can't handle this. I think this is over already. Oh crap. What is it, 12? So we're exactly correct? Yeah. It's over already. Isis started like a fool. Double. Yeah. Can't Sequake it, can't do anything here. You're in trouble. That was actually good for us. Just because with Ningyo like sitting right here, we can literally just do this over and over again. Like, can't do anything about it. Fushimi. This is actually a bait now. Like, if she's got a turn to dust in hand and she's willing to do that, then it's kind of like, yeah, that's fine. Although this is over anyway, isn't it? Don't we literally finish it this turn? 7 times 4. No, we're off by a bit. But it's still good. Like, she's investing devotion in like these small things that aren't achieving anything. I forgot that she heals herself too. I think that's why I was off in my maths, because I was kind of like, oh yeah, she's going to be at 40, but actually she wasn't. She was at 50. So it doesn't really see. We had like an okay start. Actually, no, I don't know. I don't think it's representative. Forget that. I don't think it's representative. I think she started like really, really bad. So kind of 1 for 1. I don't like. It took her ages to beat us. Maybe. Yeah, it took ISIS ages to beat us, and it really didn't take us long to beat her. In fact, we were very close to actually managing to seaquake that last match. The desert just screwed us up. We couldn't do anything about it. I'm starting to value Itsukushima more and more. If it's not already a 4 of, I think that's one of our first improvements. We're winning on generation anyway, just because that obelisk isn't achieving anything right now. I mean, there's nothing actually in the graveyard. Yeah, I still want to Fujin, I mean, both work, right? But obviously Fujin just generates more. And this is probably a superior position too. Oh, I can't do maths. Shoot me, please. Okay. Just so Fujin definitely has an angle on that. Shoot me. That could have... Well, the egg only generates 1, so it's not like a massive issue here. It's so strange. Like normally I'd be looking to put more on the board so that we get more generation next turn. And I'm still looking to do that. But you also want to perform as many actions as you possibly can. That don't require you to actually use cards. That's fantastic for us. For a lot of goddesses, this would be like a pretty rubbishy kind of turn. But for Amaterasu, this is like a great turn. Like that was an amazing turn for us. It's very strange. 19. That's unfortunate. How much does set cost? 12. 12 to attack. Okay, we do this. I really like doing this with mummies, just because if we take out their mummy, they can only summon from Set's position, and that means Set has to attack, which means she costs devotion. She spends it on that attack, and then we can just move in. See, like this. And now the match is like, it was already like way in our favour, but now there's, it would take something incredible. It would take something absolutely incredible, wouldn't it? Just nothing here. See? Value trade, man. Value trade. Amazing value trade. 369 down to 20. Nah, we're just short, aren't we? But we still want to move this here just so we can put our mummy in the correct position. It's weird, like these kind of like stalemate board situations are literally like, they're literally wins for Amaterasu in a way that they just, you're like so happy with this. I was unsure about Fujin, but you know, in matches like that, I mean, 5 cost to attack is still cheap. It's not quite Ningyo cheap, but relative to almost every other creature in the game, that is still great value. Like that's really, really good. 5 devotion per 10 attack is good value. Um, let's just say lions. We'll get it wrong this time. Great, now I'm going to succumb to my ignorance. Don't I feel stupid? Oh, okay. Yeah, I've always kind of felt like the AI almost always plays Ra wrong. Like, this isn't how you play Ra. The worst thing she could have done is put that Minotaur right next to my Amaterasu. Because then, you know, she sent, like, with this Apophis, right, this is a problem for us. Because if, like, we have a slow start, you know, she can put, like, an egg down here. So then my Amaterasu's hemmed in and it has to attack something. Oh my goodness. But you can just destroy it. Well, no great sacrifice then, eh? Apophis has expensive attack, doesn't it? It's all about its ability. Yeah, 8 to attack. So Fujin is like 100% fine. that was funny. I'm still getting used to the ability because I don't play Fujin for its ability. I often just completely forget about it. Okay, yeah. I'm more worried by them destroying my Fushimi than anything else. Such a great turn, see? We use no cards. First time that I've had to actually attack with Amaterasu too. We should have used Everlasting Sun. That was my fault. Yeah, I think I've just like given her away back into the game. Everlasting Sun would have really helped us there. She's really threatening this Fushimi, isn't she? She just does not want us to be happy. Okay, wow. But we have the answers, and Fujin is still on the board. Yeah, Itsukushima as well. It just adds up. Like you just notice it, like times like this where you manage to max out your devotion. And I didn't really rate it in an Amaterasu deck, especially not in like an Izanagi deck. But yeah, more Izanagi decks than Amaterasu. But just in general, I wasn't really rating it. But I was clearly very wrong. Do we soul extract them again just to like show dominance? I mean, we do soul extract them again. That's not really the question. It was just how much do you want to annoy them? Okay, 10 to attack. Wow. I didn't actually realise that I had lethal there. Wasn't paying attention at all. Again, these are things that I'm just not used to. I'm not used to actually using Susanoo at all because in my head it's like my most expensive, worst attacker of the three. That's not really true. I mean, obviously Fujin is actually more expensive, like devotion per attack. But the fact that Susanoo costs 8 is still kind of intimidating. It's still expensive. Okay. Yeah, possibly because what was I going to say? I can't remember. Yeah, possibly because Amaterasu like cannot mulligan. You know, like that is like really an issue for you, is you do not want to mulligan at all. Okay, straight on the egg with a mummy. That's a good deal. Okay. Oh, I was more worried about them removing the mummy and then allowing that egg to hatch, but that's a great deal for us. We're killing it. Tsukushima. Just so they can't summon anything like over here. That works for me. Oh, look at this. Slaying it. And Ningyo can just kill it straight away. We've exactly got lethal on this Apophis. Wow. Oh. We threw away their Flow of the Nile, but honestly I don't think they were ever going to get to that anyway. Another one. That was probably... My play really is bad, isn't it? That was literally like the call to arms turn. Right there. I got obsessed with the whole like, oh my god, like we don't have to use any cards from our hand. Yeah, I could have cleared everything. Now I look like a fool. Yeah. If we Susanoo, that sets us up for the turn afterwards, right? That sets us up for the finish, I should say. Although, yet again, like, does it really make a difference? Not really. Oh, we missed that call to arms turn. I'm a little bit irritated about that. Like, I expect to make mistakes, but we've got call to arms in the deck for exactly, like, situations like that. Like, in Ningyo, on the field, call to arms, suddenly just mass crazy clearing. Like, half the board gets cleared. We'll talk about Horus today. We've got to work on that, definitely. That's frustrating. Oh, we are getting outvalued very, very hard here. It's kind of, it's too, yeah, it's too close to cool. I was about to say it's kind of even. It's not really. Like, so this is the Ninkyo turn to destroy the egg. What did we get? Athena. Athena? So Isis has revived then. If we can survive this turn, we've won. But it's tough with those Sphinx's statues, isn't it? We could soul extraction. Soul Extraction is obviously very sort of attractive, isn't it, as well? I really want to get to those Sphinxes, but we're not going to do it this turn. Yeah. Time Reflow Soul Extraction. Crap, I was wrong. I definitely thought we'd be able to do like some major damage here, but that wasn't actually accurate. I'm actually dying now to see our call to arms. Like, we really do need to see it. 5, 5, they're the same. Tsukishima. Yeah, that was fantastic. It was close until she attacked with the mummy, but attacking twice with the mummy for 16 devotion is... There's no coming back from that. She messed up. She messed up for sure. Could just... No. Just do it again then. I mean, if you really want to set this up, then we could do that. Does make a difference. That was smart. So Susanoo and destroy the obelisk. But probably the extraction's more important though. It's literally cheaper just to use Ninkyo, isn't it? Just to move Ninkyo down and then attack with it if I was going to do that. Okay, so she's just going to like move her mummy around over and over and over again. We got lethal here. Yeah? Yeah, we've got lethal. I'm pretty sure we have. We might have lethal anyway. 10 times 8. Wait, not 10 times 8. 4 times 8. 8, 16, 32. We would have had lethal if only Ninkyo was like literally standing next to Isis. But as it is, it doesn't matter. Perfect. So that's the second time that, like, the first time we missed it. We missed the opportunity to use Call to Arms to make like a massive gain for us. But the second time we used it to finish a game that we couldn't have finished that turn. So we just finished that turn quicker. We might seriously want to consider like 2 copies of Call to Arms. It is just too good with Ninkyo. This is ridiculous. Like, Ninkyo is just too cheap to attack with. I definitely don't think... Oh, this sucks. Yeah, see, I got 6 that time. I went second. If you go second, you draw a card then. It can only be that, you would think. Because otherwise it would be 7. You'd get the bonus point for going second. Then you get Amaterasu's point. And then, of course, you'd have 5 cards in hand. You draw a card if you go second. I never knew. Just learning stuff all the time. It's embarrassing that I don't know these things, yeah? I really should. Oh, this start is really fast, isn't it? But I mean, Ra's still playing like in a way that I would consider to be a misplay. This time around, Fujin definitely, and we will use it correctly this time and push Bast back. So Bast has to pay to thingy. Yeah, that was correct. Oh, we didn't consider that. What a bollocks turn. Oh, that's frustrating. Yeah, call to arms again would make a massive difference here. There are so many times where call to arms would actually make a massive difference. Horus does create 5. Should we just destroy it? That's good for us, isn't it? Because we Ninkyo your last card. And this is the card you couldn't afford to play earlier. So this should be a good one. What is it? Earthquake. Oh, crap. Well, I understand why you didn't play it earlier then. We do need this soul extract though. Yeah. If we lose, it will be just because we can't find a soul extraction and we can't find an earthquake. Crap. Yeah, that's not going to do it though. So I have to play to Armageddon. I think I actually do. Can you kill 7 times 9? You're not going to produce that in one turn. So the answer is actually this. And then this, I think. I'm not sure what we're going to do about these monuments they've got though. The monuments are like the scary bit, I think. Yeah, that's fine because she's going to keep attacking and then, you know, we're now ahead in that respect. And then we can just do it again. That's definitely not the problem. Mummies, man, they're just so good. These little, like, value trades. When you're behind in devotion, there's the ability to do this. So useful. Oh, crap. 16. That's not enough then. This is tough. I honestly think we play to Armageddon at this rate. Like, we haven't got Earthquake in hand. This board is getting a bit silly. We haven't got a good position to put Ningyo. Literally, these mummies are keeping us in it. What a great card. Okay. Good. We got use out of Armageddon as well. This was a situation that only really our Armageddon could help us with. Earthquake would have helped a little bit, but honestly not really. Not really enough. And there's no extraction in hand. Yeah, that's a shame. On the other hand, yeah. I was about to say, like, they've got a massive lack of anything in hand. So if we Ninkyo here. No, that's not it. We want a Ninkyo. Whatever they've got. Oh, for goodness sake, stop picking that. I've got too many cards in hand. I can't pick it. There it goes. There you go. Pharaoh's Plague. Well, that wouldn't have accomplished much anyway, would it? I suppose Seaquake. They could Seaquake, couldn't they? We'd still be beating them in generation though if we did that. If they did that even. Oh, Horus is a good one. So maybe we Seaquake. Yeah. I think we definitely Seaquake. And then just bring the mummy back. Perfect. So in some respect we've outvalued them simply because we've got more mummies. Itsu, do we have one? Wait. Can you just... There you go. Select Susanoo, please. So I can extract. That is the only issue having so many cards, is this is actually getting tough. I can't pick the correct card. This game is so hard when you've got a million cards in hand. Can't select anything. Maybe that was a mistake. We've put it a bit too close to that mummy. They could destroy it this turn. Yeah, I actually think that was a mistake. Well, Loki's trick, just in case. My Ninkyo is now my win condition, so... Yeah, it's hard to complain about that, isn't it? I don't know. Some part of me wants to add more copies of Call to Arms, but truthfully it's a conditional card. Like, it's useless on its own. We need Ninkyo on the field in the first place. So it seems super amazing and effective now. That's because we've only got one copy. So we almost always are going to have, a board set up in which we can use Call to Arms before we actually get Call to Arms. It'd be useless if we just had it at the start of a match. Like, it doesn't do anything for us. So... Oh, they're starting that early, aren't they? Oh, this is a tough one then, because we can't actually do anything. Normally I'd soul extract here for the slight gain, but we'd actually make a loss. That's the irony. Amaterasu likes having cards in hand, so you'd lose devotion by doing extraction there. Crap. Double crap. Oh yeah. Such an obvious answer, yeah. We are vulnerable to the plague, but it's not like she's generating enough that she can really afford to be using the plague. Like, we'd just out-generate her and win anyway. So... you generate 6 a turn. Susanoo costs 8, so that's 16, but you generate 6, and we generate 5, 7, 10, 20, 16. Oh, I can't work out if it's worth it or not. I don't think it is. I think it's a mistake. I think instead you build the board. It does feel weird though, I mean... You're not accomplishing a lot by doing this. I guess it does mean we we haven't used any cards in our hand, so our devotion generation is going up by doing this. And she can only generate 6 a turn, so she can't actually generate 2. Yeah. On a turn by turn basis we win. Now we're just kind of waiting for the end. I mean, yeah, it does mean that, you know, like, she can only create 1 mummy instead of 2. But whatever. 4 times 8, 1632. No. This is silly. So we win this round. Okay, first Susanoo win. Nice. Some of these matches, man, they feel so dominating. Like, we just are so ahead, so in control of the match. But it's weird, because our cards are so expensive, it feels very unsure until we have a card hit the board and then it stays on the board. And then suddenly it flips from, oh, I'm not so comfortable with this, to, yeah, this is sorted. We're just too good at dealing with this situation. We're definitely going to come out ahead. Okay, again, this is kind of like, I don't want a mulligan, obviously, but, you know, it's a pretty bad start. Only a mummy of all the things we could have. Probably the worst start for us. We've only improved our generation by 1, which is terrible. It actually looks like Fujin here, doesn't it? Because we can call to arms next turn. Can you destroy Fujin? I doubt it. 4 times 7? No. We'd hate if they soul extracted us here. But apart from that, I don't think we care too much. This is it, isn't it? It is call to arms for sure. And then it's this. Can you attack once more? I just need you to take out like the pyramid. Or no, you can't take out the Sphinx. Forget it. Move up here. Yeah, we're definitely not a fan of Sphinxes. They're like Ninkyos, man. A 4/4. What a beast. And we're not winning in generation either. It's a tough one. I'll take it back. I think they messed up a bit here. Should have used the Sphinx, I think. I would have. Generate 6 as well. That's irritating. Draw a card, discard a card, but they didn't have to discard a card. It just drew a card. You didn't discard anything. What just... Did you discard the Horus? You must have. Yeah, it looks like Osiris, Horus. Okay. This is where things get complicated, right? I can destroy one Sphinx. I don't know if we can destroy more. But I kind of feel like we have to at this point. We have to get rid of some of them. If things keep going on this way, like, we are getting more of an advantage as time goes on. So... And taking out, like, the Sphinx is their only real offensive threat. The Mummy is just too expensive, so... Oh... Knew it was going to happen, but it's still frustrating. Okay, do we drop it and then start again? Ninkyo, call to arms? I don't think so. It's that's 17 just to get it on the board. Yeah, that's not really worth it. You wouldn't do enough. Cyrus is producing 7 as well. I really just want a Ninkyo here. Yeah. If I put it... that's a tough one. They can definitely destroy it, that's the thing. If I put it here, and for some reason... Oh, well, we discarded was an Osiris. They wouldn't use that anyway. So another revive? Yeah. Oh. 16. We're doing this because I intend to have 2 mummies on the field. Otherwise I would not do this. We would hate to see a desert, that is for sure. But other than that, I think we're okay. Oh crap. I take it all back. Loki's trick. We don't have one, do we? Do we seriously have no Loki's tricks here? So all I can do is just draw and try and find it. So I need to Susanoo. No, I can't do that, can I? Oh crap, I think we've lost. Yeah, we can't do anything about this. Can we even extract? Is there nothing we can do? Oh my god, there's literally no Loki's tricks. Oh, not even a Seaquake to buy us time. Okay, GG. Perfect. Ninkyo, do we have one? No Ninkyo. This is miserable, isn't it? And if we ever flow in sun, then we can't actually... Ninkyo. Not that. This, I guess. We are definitely out generating Set, but if she gets to that situation where she's just producing 20 devotion a turn, then that's going to change pretty quick. We've got to start making moves right now. I want to see Susanoo's a pretty good move to make. Yeah, that obelisk must go down. I'd have rather had the Ninkyo. I don't know what's in their hand. I'd rather... I'd feel safer with Call to Arms in my hand, just in case. How close did we get to losing? It must have been very, very, very close. That's all I can think. Soul Extraction. Osiris. Well, they didn't care about that, did they? They really don't care. I could do this just to get in Set's grill. We win next turn either way, so... Did I really just try and pass that turn after winning? I don't know. We came really close to losing that. I don't know what to think. I don't think set is a natural counter to Amaterasu. It never occurred to me that would be so. We just played set. Yeah, we'll play raw. This has just been so easy. But I don't know. It feels easy, like we're in control, but we came so close to losing that last match. So it's kind of like, well, how can you possibly say that? My biggest impression is just we need to make sure we've got 4 copies of Itsukushima. We cannot afford to mulligan our hand, and Itsukushima is one of the very few things that we can play on turn 1. Then again, I mean, it produces 3 devotion on the board, but it still produce, like, if this wasn't Itsukushima, which is a card we couldn't play, it still produced 1 devotion, so it's not like terrible, is it? Wow, you're just not going to do anything with that. Maybe they have a terrible hand. I don't know. The more I play this card, the more I'm like, oh my god, it's so fragile. You have to be so careful with it. If you can just get your Ninkyo in the right position, you know, it's just so good, so incredibly good. But you do need to, you know, get yourself into that position. See, look at this, amazing. This battle is over. Like, this match is almost over. You know, like, they need to do something like right now. That was actually a pretty good answer because we can't do anything about it. Susanoo? Do we even? A Sphinx on its own produces 6. That produces 3. The Sphinx will probably destroy my Itsukushima, which will suck. But we are ahead. Oh, actually, we're like super ahead, aren't we? We've got mummies for days. Yeah. He kind of knew that was going to happen. It had to. So if we... I mean, it just doesn't make a difference. Yeah, just do that. What do we even need to do? Nothing, right? Okay, now I'm scared. Fujin mummy. Push this one away. So it has to walk, and then if we put a... Oh, crap. I didn't actually think about that. But as I was saying, if we put a mummy here... Oh, wow. These are great, like, quality cards. How close are we to killing? 4 times 6. Isn't Ra dead? 6, 12, 18, 32. No. No, that's not correct either. I just can't count. Yeah. Where did I get 82 from? Or 32? Wow. Ra just kind of like conceded that match at the end. Weird, man. I'm not sure what our win rate was for Egyptian mythology there, but it felt comfortable again. It's the same as like Greek mythology. Like, of course, at the start we're still getting used to the deck and we're still learning how to play Amaterasu. But okay. We're still learning how to play Amaterasu, but like towards the end of Greek mythology we were comfortable. And yet again, like I went through Egyptian mythology and it definitely wasn't like the Hades Loki matchup where I was like tearing my hair out, like oh my, like why is this matchup so bad? We're getting destroyed. It felt pretty good.